Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elle. I'm an interiors DIY blogger and YouTuber, and today I'm doing a really exciting DIY project. I'm going to show you two different ways to do aged stone home decor, and both of them only take 2 steps. So this is going to be such an easy DIY project for a beginner or somebody that's just looking to do something on the weekends. So I actually have done this DIY previously. It is my most successful video on this channel, which I'm truly grateful for everyone's support and love over the video. So I've done this aged stone DIY on a glass vase that I made to look like stone. It is one of my pride and joys in my home. It's currently in display in my living room. You'll be able to see it on my Instagram if you follow me on there. And yeah, it's been one of my most popular videos, and I wanted to try some different techniques, different kind of variations of finishes, and I thought this would be the perfect time to do so. So I have 2 different styles I'm going to try out, 3 objects in total that I'm going to do this on. So let's get started and crack on with this. So the first DIY aged stone project I'm going to work on is very ominous with the French countryside decor, vintage antique look. It's something that I'm truly trying to recreate in my home with my decor pieces. Now with this project, when you're looking for the kind of base of what you're going to do with this project, you really want to look at the shape and the style of the vase that you're working with. If it's bright orange or anything like that, look past it and just look at the shape. Now I actually have found something that is neutral as a base to begin with, but also I'm hoping widely available for everyone to go and grab. This is the vase I'm talking about. This is actually available from IKEA in the UK. I'm hoping it's available in all IKEAs across the world, but it was about £10 I think, or £7 at my local IKEA store, and I thought it was perfect just because of the winged handles. This is very ominous with the French countryside antique look, and I knew it would be perfect, you know, base for my home. In all actual fact, this is actually brilliant for just general decor. I've had it just like this in my bathroom as part of the recent makeover that we've done, and it's been perfectly fine, but I just think it could be elevated to the next level, and that's what we're going to do today. What we want to do to get it to that look of looking French and antique-y is to change the base colour of this to more of a beige greige colour, and then go in it with more aging. There's a little bit of aging on the handle right here, but we really want to do it more on the rim and at the bottom to really look like it's been in the house and it's existed for centuries. To do this, you only need 2 things. I mean, this DIY is so easy. 2 things, 2 steps, absolutely perfect. The first one you're going to need is your spray paint. I've picked up this one from my local DIY store. I will link it down below along with everything else that we'll be using for these DIYs. This one is the Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch multi-purpose paint in fossil in a satin finish. Ideally, I would have loved to have got this more in a matte finish because I didn't want the gloss, but satin's fine. It's that kind of in between, and I think it will be perfect for this. And then to finish off this project, you're going to need chalk paint. I again picked up some chalk paint from my local DIY store. Again, we'll link these down below. These are the Rust-Oleum chalky finish furniture paint. They'll work perfectly on this. I've got 3 in total. I just can't grab them all in one hand. So I have winter grey, I think this is Antarctic, sorry, the dyslexia is kicking in, and flint. And I believe all of these will mix together to create a really nice kind of brown colour that would be really nice finish on top of the spray paint. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go outside and spray paint this and get it dry and ready for the next step. Okay, it is the next day and our pot is beautifully spray painted. I'm loving this colour on it. It is such a really, like, it's just the greige that I was looking for. It's beautiful. There's now time to age it a little bit. So we are going in with our paint. I have all the chalk paints that I showed you, plus I pulled out this acrylic paint that I had just because I wanted to make sure I got a bit of that warmth in on the edge. And I have several paintbrushes. I'm also going to use some kitchen roll to smudge it so it's not too perfect. And really all I'm going to do is put it across the top of the rim, on the bottom, and in these creases, and just maybe a little bit up here just so it looks imperfect, which is what we're looking for. And then once it's dry, it is pretty much done. So let's get painting and yeah, see the final finished results. Okay, so for my second DIY stone decor project, I'm going to go to the other side of the lighter stone that we've been doing and look at the darker one. In particular, I'm looking at more of this chalky kind of black pottery that I've seen. I actually have one of these in my home that I picked up in a sale from one of my favorite home decor stores, but I really want to just try it out. It's a beautiful finish, but it can be quite expensive. When I was at my local home centre store, which is where I go for most of my home decor things because you get some great finds at such affordable prices, I saw these in particular and thought these would be perfect. Granted, right now, they're not going to fit in with my home decor style. They are artichokes, but they're in this horrible felt. I'm sorry if you like this, it's just not me. It's just not me at all, but they're in this kind of felt finish. But I love the detail on them, and I love the artichoke as just a general design decor. I have seen so many of these across kind of home decor websites, and they're so expensive. This itself was $12.99, so $12.99 each, and I just knew that I could do something with them to make them look a bit different. Now, the ones I have seen are be more lighter, but I really want to see what they would look like as a darker finish, and just with that kind of more chalky on the top to really emphasize all these grooves and whatnot. So, to do this DIY, you're gonna need, again, two things. I'm telling you, these DIY projects are so simple and easy to do. You are going to need your spray paint. Again, I've gone with Ross Olam Painter's Touch spray paint, and this is in black in a matte finish. I really wanted the matte, particularly for this chalk project. And then speaking of the chalk, what I'm gonna do is use actual chalk that I'm gonna crush down and rub all over the top of this to create that kind of dusty look. Now, technically, this project could have a third step to it, because once you put the chalk on, it's not going to stay on, you know, it's going to be something that you may have to touch up over time, particularly if it's an object that you're handling a lot of. Luckily for these, I'm not going to be touching them that often, so I won't need to worry about that sealant finish, which would be the third step. Truthfully though, the reason why I'm avoiding using a sealant finish of like kind of a clear spray just to kind of lock everything in is because I really want this to be matted, and I really want to not have shine on it whatsoever. And even when they are matte clear spray paints, you sometimes still get a sheen with it. So for me, because of the fact that these are just going to sit on shelving and not be touched whatsoever, I'm going to risk not locking them in. But if it's maybe a vase that you're handling every day or something within a high traffic area that people are going to be going past, I'm thinking particularly like a large plant pot in your hallway that may house like an indoor tree, that's something you may want to have a look at sealing in and just having that risk. So enough chatting, let's get these outside and get them spray painted. Okay, apologies for the noise. As usual, my Discovery is right next to a primary school, but it is the next day and we have some beautifully painted artichokes. I will admit these took a lot longer to spray paint and dry and get to the final complete colour than my usual products. I believe it is because of the felt. They were just absorbing a lot of the paint, so it took quite a few coats, but they look perfect and I'm so excited to make them over. Now the final step of this is so simple. It is simply crushing up chalk and rubbing it all over these artichokes, I've got some gloves, and then they're done. As I have mentioned, and I wanted to disclaim this, that obviously when you put the chalk over, it is going to come off over time. Like, I'm sure I can get most of it to kind of sit and stay, but you will need a sealant if you want to maximize its long lastingness. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. But because I'm not planning to move these or touch these a lot, I feel like I can get away with just having them as it is, and I also don't want to interfere with the matte blackness of the mold. So I'm going to get going on chalking these up, and then yeah, showing you the final results. I can't believe how simple these projects have been. Oh my god, I'm so excited. They're so simple, anyone can do them. Anyway, let's get cracking. So that is the completed results of my 2 DIY vintage stone decor pieces, and to say I'm obsessed is an understatement. I love them both. I think they turned out so much better than I imagined. I think the vase itself, I was going for more of a beigey colour, but I actually am obsessed with like the kind of grey stone concrete look that I came out with. Like, it really adds tone and texture to that small little corner in my bathroom. Like, it's beautiful, and the artichokes couldn't have come out any better than they did. Like, they look so good. Honestly, one of my most favourite DIYs I've done today, because it was so simple to do and it was 2 steps. I do hope you enjoyed this DIY webisode. If you're interested in more DIY projects, including the original right here DIY stone vase that I did many moons ago, I will link the playlist in the description up down below, or you can find it on my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what kind of DIY project you would like me to try out in the future. Everything's available down below, by the way, in the description box for you to shop if you're interested in creating these looks. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do so. It would be great to have you along for the ride. We're on a goal this year in 2023 to have over 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're so close to getting to the halfway mark, so it would be great to have you guys along for the ride. And thank you again, guys, for all your help and support with this channel, and just thank you for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day. I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!